Okay, what's your take on this COVID-19, given that there seems to be no cure in sight and hence no end?
Well, when the economic managers reported to the Philippine Senate what they see as the impact of not just COVID, but in combination with the Taal
Taal.
eruption and the African Swine Fever outbreak. The bottom line is that while there are challenges and those who need to be helped should receive assistance, the projection for this year's economic growth is being maintained at 6.5 to 7.5%.
Really?
Yes.
Even if it goes on for, say, let's just say until June.
I think the expectation is a 3-month ban, more or less.
What is the basis of that expectation?
I think that's what the Department of Tourism has estimated. And I guess the reduction in revenues from the tourism sector is close to 43 billion. I think the announcement was 42.9 billion for a 3-month travel ban. And the largest sector to be hit is tourism, from travel, accommodations, the food and restaurant sector. And taking that into account, even with that, for instance, the other day, Fitch Ratings just announced that it is adjusting upward the outlook on the Philippine economy from triple B stable to triple B plus in terms of our credit rating.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Exactly what does that translate to?
Yes. Well, a credit rating upgrade means that the government as well as the private sector can borrow more cheaply. And if that is the case for the government and the private sector over time, that means households should also benefit from that. Household level borrowing, whether it's for a vehicle or for home improvement or for educational expenses for your children. So even...
I think the question is whether they factored in the ASF, Taal, and then, of course, the COVID now.
They did. In the announcement that was released, they did factor in all of those headwinds, all of those challenges to the economy, as well as to human beings.
And they still thought that an upgrade to positive...
From stable to positive, which is a precursor to a further upgrade to triple B plus, which Standard & Poor's and the Japan-based RNI credit rating agency have already given us. But what Fitch said is even with these headwinds, they are giving us this adjustment upwards, and they see economic growth for the Philippines to clock in at around 6.4% for this year, which is very close to the 6.5 to 7.5% that the economic managers are projecting.
Okay, they were saying that it was because they are seeing structural reforms in place.
That's right.
What exactly would those structural reforms be? Does this have anything to do with the Train 1 and the Citra now?
Absolutely.
And so on?
In fact, one of the things they mentioned specifically is the tax reform program. And not just one package, but the comprehensive program. So the passage of Train, the sin taxes that were passed last year, one package on tobacco, and e-cigarettes, another package on alcohol and adjusting e-cigarettes upward to match tobacco more closely. Although parang nabigyan pa rin ng discount yung e-cigs through the legislative process by a little bit. But that being said, they are very upbeat about the Philippine economy because we are passing those difficult reforms. And Sitira is next on the agenda. Senator Cayetano is very committed to shepherding the package through legislative approval. And of course, the PIFITA, the Passive Income Tax Reform Bill, and the Land Valuation Reform Bill.